So we here, schedule your day. Schedule your day so that you can maximize the amount of potential that you can get out of one day. Because if you don't schedule, it's like having 100 different dishes on your plate. Which one will you start with? Which one will you finish with? Which one should I eat first? How am I going to finish all this? See, you got to actually schedule, you got to plan. You got to plan your way from start to finish so that you can potentially finish it all. If you schedule, you'll feel almost as light as a feather. You'll feel a huge weight being lifted off your shoulders. You could almost fly, literally. It increases productivity like that, because you know that I need to complete this in this time span, and I also need to complete this in this time span. So from 9 to 10, I'm doing this, and from 10 to 11, I'm doing that. That way, you can plan for things that you have to do and things that you want to do. And it's important you strike a balance in between the things that you want to do and the things that you have to do. For example, say your hobbies, things that you want to do, things like playing the piano, things like playing chess. You need to balance that out with the things that you have to do, such as homework, such as walking your dog, just taking care of any animal that you got. Responsibilities like that, spending time with your family, spending time with friends maybe. So a schedule will help you balance that. Making a schedule isn't easy. Yes, I know that. I've been there, I've done that. But I'll give you some tips to actually start it. List out the responsibilities that you have. List out what you do on a daily basis. The things that you actually value doing on a daily basis. For example, that could be playing the piano. That could be walking your dog. Just responsibilities that you have to do. And also, list out the things that you have to do. Like have to do. Like education, for example. Work. Because your day centers around that. So you gotta build around that. You get me? So say if you're working a 9 to 5 or something, how else could you fit your side hustle into that day? Maybe you could spend an hour or two after 5 o'clock. Maybe you could spend an hour or two after 6 o'clock. You see, you just gotta build around it. So list out the responsibilities that you have and list out the hobbies that you want to do. Make it flexible. Make it flexible and make it realistic and relevant. Because if it's not realistic, let's be real, you're not getting anything done at that point. Because it'll feel more like a chore at that point. And when it feels like a chore, that's just demotivating. You just don't want to do it. You just don't want to do anything at all. And you won't do anything at all. So it's important you make it realistic. Make it flexible. Because say if unexpected events happen, you need to be able to work around that. So make it flexible, make it realistic, and make it enjoyable as well. Make it be something that you want to do. Make it be something that you want to actually achieve, you want to actually stick to. Like I was saying before, be realistic with your schedule. Don't overload your schedule. If you know that you cannot work from 5 to 10 o'clock straight, don't do it. Make it realistic. You know yourself better than anyone else. So make it realistic. Make it based off of how you maneuver, how you go through your day. Because you know yourself the best. So if you know that you cannot do 7 hours straight, 9 hours straight, don't do that. Because at the end of the day, you're just throwing yourself into the deep end of the pool without knowing how to swim. You're just gonna drown. So to combat against that, you need to add breaks to your schedule. No matter what you're doing, just add breaks to your schedule. Like for example, with me, say if I'm revising, I do 20 minutes on and then 5-minute break. And then 20 minutes on, 5-minute break again. Then 20 minutes on and then 15-minute break. That way, at least I'm not getting burnt out. In my breaks, I get to relax. I get to do what I enjoy doing. You know what I mean? I get to go on social media. I get to watch YouTube. Them types of things. Get that quick dopamine boost. You know what I mean? But yeah, add some breaks because if you're doing 5 minutes straight, 5 minutes, never mind 5 minutes, 5 hours straight, then gee, that's some dedication there. And not everyone has that dedication. That's the point. you'll just burn yourself out, because you might not feel it that day. The next day you might feel it though. Because if you know that you're going to do 5 hours straight the next day, you're going to be thinking about it all night. You might even have nightmares about it. I mean, I know that I would. Yeah, I'd have nightmares about it, and I'd probably avoid it the next day. So break your big problems down into smaller problems. Make it more easier to chew. A baby doesn't just eat chicken right off the bone, nah. You just gotta cut it down into smaller pieces so that it's easier. I believe we've all had it where we're set, we're working hard, we're hustling, we're doing what we can to get to our goal, we're sticking to our schedule, we got our eye on our prey, and then in the corner of your eye, you see a distraction coming your way. That can be in the form of a family member, a friend, or whatever, and this distraction completely derails you off track. It completely derails you off your schedule. It completely derails you from achieving what you want to achieve. Sometimes you just gotta say no to these distractions. Occasionally, yes. But sometimes if you don't say no, it will become a consistent distraction over and over again. You know, just like a fly that just won't leave your room. You try in every way to get it to leave. But all you need to do is keep that door closed sometimes to stop the fly from getting in the first place. It's one of them. Use journals to keep track of each day and to keep track of things that you can improve on. And also set yourself some deadlines, you know, because it's so easy to not set yourself some deadlines and say that you're just going to complete it later on, but you won't do it later on. And it'll just lead to more unorganization, you know. You won't be organized because it'll just interfere with the future things that you got to do, the future things that you have to do on the schedule. So therefore, if you set yourself a time frame to actually do something, you just eliminate that problem straight away. You just get rid of that problem. You don't even need to pay any mind to it anymore. That way you can just easily focus on the next few tasks that you got at hand. It makes things much easier, you know, because it's like if you miss one brick of the house or miss 2 bricks, 3 bricks, it might just collapse. So don't run that risk. Just get it done. But that's it from me today. Remember to incorporate the things that you need throughout the day. Exercise, relaxation, work, side hustle, everything. So that you can try maximize the amount you can do in one day. The best way you possibly can. Keep it realistic. You know, don't make it unrealistic. Don't overload. Don't overwork yourself, because the next day you'll look back at that day, you realize that you did so much work that you probably don't want to do it again. So keep it to a bearable level, but enjoyable at the same time, so that you can at least see that you're making steps towards your big goal. But yeah, again, that's it from me today. Have a good day, have a good evening, have a good afternoon, morning, whatever it is. And hey, take care. Sending peace and love. Bye.